This video is the starter video for Assignment 8. So Assignment 8, I want you to go through and learn a little bit more about working with classes, how to create them and how to use them. To that end, I want you to watch the videos from the playlist like you have just finished. There's also a nice little Wikibooks article on classes that I think is worth taking a look at. This is in addition to your reading your book. And then I want you to apply your knowledge by creating and testing (ing) a new Python file with the following code. And this code here is one that I used previously to define some functions that would do some processing, work with some data. Basically what it does is it asks for a product ID, a name, and a price that I want to add to a file, writes the data to a file, and reads the data from a file. Oops, this actually should be taken out. Now, here's the idea. Right now, the code is in a method called writeProductUserInput, and it's got a couple of variables to hold my data. I've got another function that reads all the data from the file. What I want you to do is I want you to create one or more classes that stores the product data using that code. Now think about it. A class is a collection of properties and methods. So you can make a class called product that would hold product data. And what would that product data look like? Well, guys, it would have an ID, a name, and a price. Then you could make another class that would actually work with a file. And what would that look like? Well, it would have functions in there that would work with a file, such as a function called writeProductUserInput or read all data file, or some other name that you make up. You can change the name of the functions to make it more self-explanatory. You can change the name of my variables, etc. But basically what I want you to do is to create one or more classes that allows me to read and write to a text file, product data. That's what this code does. And the exercise is kind of like what you find in real life. You come across somebody that wrote a script in Python. They didn't really understand classes. It was organized, but maybe not to the best of their ability. And what you do is on your job, you go through and say, okay, I'm going to rewrite this script and kind of clean it up a little bit. I'm going to make it a object-oriented script. I'm going to do so by creating classes that will hold my processing code and classes that will hold my data code. You can actually just go ahead and make one class that's called, I don't know, product processor, and put everything in there. It's up to you. So I made it so that it's one or more classes to store and process the product data. I'll let you decide. Now, I'm taking out the blog and the Word document this time. All you need to do is create the script. We're getting towards the end of the class. Many people are playing catch up, trying to get caught up. So I'm going to go ahead and take out that feature where you have to do peer reviews and write the documentation. This should help those who are a little bit behind catch up. And for those who are on track, if you would like to make the blog and show how you accomplished it and announce it on the discussion forum, that would be awesome. It's not required though, but you may have found that it's actually kind of a neat thing to be able to show your coworkers, and it's also really nice to share with your fellow students. Hopefully you have been making some connections with the other students in the class. So if you would like to share how you did it, go ahead and put it in the blog. You can put it in early, you can put it in late. You don't have to worry about it. I haven't really noticed people cheating, but sometimes they go out on the internet, and that could include your blog now, and find some answers to help them. So now, if you want, you can create the websites that other people, your classmates in this case, are going and looking at to get their answers, which is kind of nice. But again, this is completely optional. It's not required. When you're all done, just take your Python script and post it. So that's it. Hopefully this will make it kind of easy, a little bit easier for you, give you a little bit more time to work on this complex subject by not having to write out documentation. When you're done, when you've posted the script, you're done at that point. So good luck, and I will see you in class.